Hello, everyone. This is Kathy. I'm the Beartown Stitcher, and this is Floss tube number 3. I started the channel to keep myself accountable, so I would actually start and finish projects, and it's helped keep me on track. And I'm going to show you my progress or lack of progress on my most recent project, because in order to keep me on track, when I come back next week, and hopefully we'll be able to show you more progress. So anyway, my excuse for not having accomplished what I normally hope to accomplish in a week's time was because I spent time 5 days at a conference. And of course, then preceding this 5-day conference meant I had to figure out 5 different outfits to wear. I didn't have to get dressed up, but I just had to have something, a little nicer than what I wear around the house. So that's a challenge just to start with. And then it had to be 5 outfits that fit, also a challenge. And then anyway, the day I got back from the conference, I tested positive for COVID. So a little delay here with my projects, but I think I'm finally back to normal. So my project that I want to share with you is a Blackbird Designs, and it's called Summer Beaming Forth. Still have a whole month of August, so this is a good August project, right? And I'm doing it on the fabric is 36 count. Picture this plus oaken. And there are stitches on here. You can't see them, but trust me, there are a few. Anyway, pretty fabric, right? And I have it. I think I've already shown you this, but I'm going to show it to you again. And I have it in my dot dot goose bag. Cute, right? And I have all my threads. I'm doing it with all DMC, and it's on here. You have to have the cute little extras, right? Okay. So let's hope I get something done now. I'm flying across the country and getting sick and things like that. That's my project. And then I thought, since I didn't have a whole lot to show you for progress, I'd show you some old projects, because I started doing cross stitch, I think it may be counted cross stitch specifically, maybe 1980. And I did it mostly through the 80s. I think I quit in 1990. And so what I did a lot of, because I had babies then, I did a lot with the teddy bears and the geese, and see if you identify with this. Stinking cute, right? Teddy bears and geese. And then I think this was called Clooney lace. Am I right? Clooney lace. I believe both these are Dale Burdett. So I'm going to show you some books. I found some old books, and I didn't know if you might be interested in seeing old cross stitch books. But I was reading how when you know how you listen to music, if you hear a song from 1972, it immediately takes you back to 1972. And they claim that when you're listening to music, that part of your brain lights up, and it's the part of your brain where feelings and emotions and memories are stored. So that's why you feel a certain way when you hear certain music. But I was thinking, and see if you agree, I think the same thing applies to needlework. I look at some of these old patterns, and I feel the feelings from when I bought pattern, when I was planning to do the project. And that's why it's been so fun to find unfinished projects and finish them. It's kind of like I'm transported back to the 1980s and those good feelings that I had when I was planning making this project. So like it's never too late to pick up and finish an old project. And just going through some of my books that I had bought and then I never did anything out of them, it still brings back kind of those good feelings. I had little babies, I'm a young mom, and just sort of that optimism of that decade. So I'm going to show you some books of what I was into in the 80s. See if you like this. A lot of Dale Burdett. Teddy bears, right? And geese. Um, More Dale Burdett. And more Dale Burdett. And then the Scotty dogs were kind of made it into the mix too back then. Okay, and does anybody remember Alma Lynn? Her teddy bears were sort of a different style, slightly different. And of course she had geese too. And then I had ambitious ideas. I liked the artist P. Buckley Moss. And I have a few of these. And then another favorite designer was Stony Creek. I seem to like things that they offered. There just is a certain distinctive style to each of these different lines. And this one, you could tell the picture here on the front it's called Fiddler's Cloth. I really liked Fiddler's Cloth too. Also, Fiddler's Cloth ages well in drawers over 30, 40 years because it's real irregular. So if anything stained or faded on it, it kind of all blends in. And then I liked the Cricket collection. I know I have more than this one, but and at the same time, I was into candle wicking. I did some muslin curtains with a candle wicking on the border. And of course, then this always included that Cluny lace. Cluny lace? Is that how you say it? Cluny lace? Okay. That's my old stuff. I've got magazines too. I have other stuff. I didn't know how much interest there would be in this. Anyway, just checking in to, like I said, got to keep myself accountable. When I come back next time, I hope to have a lot more done on my summer beaming forth. Wow, maybe I could finish it, right? Anyway, I'm staying put so I don't have to travel and hopefully won't get sick again. I do have a book to share with you though, because I mentioned I'm kind of into old photos, photo organizing, genealogy, everything related to that. And this is an interesting book. I just got it. The author is Sharon de Bartolo Carmack. So if any of you are into genealogy, or even if you just kind of know names and dates of people, on your family tree. What she's writing about in this book is how to make that information more interesting. It's easy to go online these days and find a census. So you have names and dates and addresses, kind of that dry information. But she's telling you how you can do a little more research into that time period or that town and be able to put together more of a personal story about these characters on your family tree. Not a fictional story, although I think she does say you could turn this into a piece of historical fiction. But if you're just trying to round out and create a story, how it's pretty easy to access information to make your story more interesting to read than just names and dates. And so that's what this book is about. So that's my book I wanted to share with you. I'll be back again and hopefully with some progress on Summer Beaming Forth. Thank you to everybody who has watched me so far, left comments and subscribed. I'll be back and doing Floss Tube number 4. So thanks and see you next week. Bye-bye.